High five to Squarespace for sponsoring this video.
Hey guys, welcome back to Kombi Life, or should I say House Life?
Yeah, we are currently living in a house, but those of you that are subscribed to this channel will know how much we love van life. In fact, we're building a van to drive around the world.
Yeah, we have been living in a trailer whilst we were building the van, and we were living in the van whilst we were building the van, and now we're living in a house whilst we're building the van.
Hands up how many of you think that house life is better than van life. I think there's probably at least a few hands out there.
So in this video, we're going to give you 6 ways in which house life is actually better than van life.
Never!
Number 1 on top of our list is unlimited cooking power. Look at all this space I have in a house kitchen. I get to cook on 4 hobs with more than one pot and pan. There's just space to move around and chop. There's an electric toaster, an electric kettle, and a microwave. And a house fridge is obviously much bigger than we can have in the van, so you can store a lot more food. Cooking in the van is great at times, and it's great for cooking one-pot wonders, but it is much easier to cook a nice big meal in a house kitchen.
Number 2 on our reasons why house life is better than van life is unlimited hot water. Seriously, who doesn't like unlimited hot water? How's the water there?
It's so good to have hot water. Oh my gosh, it's the best.
Endless supply.
Endless supply. Yeah, it's at the next build we're going to be trying really hard to get hot water for our shower and our dishes, but it's still going to be limited, so having unlimited hot water in a house is lush. Oh my god, Ben is actually doing the dishes. For once.
It's a rare sight, but it's actually not so bad when you have endless supplies of hot water. So this is much better than in the van. If I do enough dishes now, when we go back to van life, I don't have to do them for like at least a year, right, Leah?
No.
Yeah, anyone that's lived in a van will know what it's like to wash cold spaghetti bolognese with cold water.
It's impossible.
It's difficult to scrub those oily pans. Yeah. So unlimited hot water is very nice, and it's very nice once you've been outside and like been hiking or something, and to come back and have a long hot shower. And if you live in a van, you just don't have that. You have all of the amazing baths in the world, outside in nature, as long as you use environmentally friendly suds. That's important, guys, but you can't beat unlimited hot water.
Yeah, it is nice to be in a hot shower and be able to shave your legs and wash your hair in the same shower.
I hate shaving my legs in cold water, honestly.
It's hard.
Well, I'll take your word for that one.
Number 3 is unlimited space. We're not having unlimited space, we're having more space than what you do in a van. So I think it's important to have space from each other occasionally.
What? Babes, come on.
We are right next to each other all the time, and being in a house, it's nice to be like, I'm in that room, you're in that room. Space, have space.
Yeah, it is nice to kind of stretch out and even be able to work on a separate sofa. We have spent a lot of time literally this close to each other at all times.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have space. However, we are hardcore minimalists, so even when we do have a bit of space, we don't tend to fill it with things that are not essential to enriching our lives. And hopefully you guys are getting on the minimalism bandwagon and purging all of the crap that is not necessary in your life and getting rid of it and freeing yourself up to just concentrate on the things that are important.
Yes, having more space doesn't mean accumulating more things.
Absolutely. Although it's an easy habit to fall into, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, try not to do it. I think our generation is better at that. The younger generation is better at that than the post-war kind of we didn't have anything when we were growing up generation.
Yeah, it's quite different. But yes, being in a house, we have realised that it is nice to have separate rooms or have more than one room to be in. That's a big perk.
What a novelty, having multiple rooms.
Or even, just having a kitchen that's separate from your lounge, that's separate from your bedroom, that's separate from your everything else.
Don't worry, babes. In the next build, we're going to have an awning, so we'll have an outside room. Yeah.
So you're going to be most of the time
Outside. In a
in the
doghouse.
outside room.
Number 4 is really important to me, especially, and I know to Leah as well. It's community and friends. Now, some people that live in a van do actually live in one place and have just the same social life that they would have if they lived in a normal house. But for a lot of people that have wheels attached to the bottom of their home, they find that they do tend to go on long road trips and go off, and that's one of the real benefits of living the van life. So the downside of that is that you're usually a long way away from the people you care about, and it can be really difficult to build meaningful relationships with people and have any kind of sense of community when you're constantly exploring new cities.
So even just being here back in Ben's home and being in a house and being next to his friends and family has been a real treat for both of us, and for Ben especially, being around people that he grew up with and being around family. So being in a house, you do tend to build a community around where you're staying, and when you're on the road, when you're living in a van, you don't necessarily have that.
Still love it though, right?
Yeah.
Okay guys, before we move on to the last 2 points, which are also very, very important, small housekeeping tasks. A lot of you guys that are subscribed to the channel know that we have the Kombi crew, which is how we make all of our travel series possible. Thank you so much to those of you that are in the crew. That's available on Patreon, but it's also available on YouTube as channel members. YouTube is just enabled a new feature on our channel as kind of like a beta test thing, where they have allowed us to set different levels that people can join the Kombi crew at. So for $1.99 per month, you can join the Kombi crew, and it gets you access to season 2, all the episodes that we release as they happen. So currently there are 3 episodes and another one coming very, very shortly. So you'll be able to binge watch all of those. You also get access to all of the past posts that we've done, plus the monthly bonus unlisted videos that we do about Kombi life, and an opportunity for you guys to ask us questions that we answer in these unlisted videos. We've got one coming up at the end of the month, which will be showing you what our new studio looks like, because we're just coming to the kind of end of filming our transformation for season 2. Honestly, how good is Boomerang looking?
Yeah, it's good.
All of you guys on the channel that are waiting to see what we've been doing, it's so good. It's so good. I'm so stoked with how it's turning out. We'll be uploading a little kind of preview of that to Patreon and to the channel members at the end of the month. So if you want to join, you can check that out. Otherwise, the whole series and the story will be part of season 2 that we'll be sharing later in the year as soon as we've edited all of the episodes.
There is also higher tiers, higher than $1.99 a month. If you wanted to pledge higher, you get more bonus videos like live content. We just did a live video from the inside of the Kombi with our Patreons and Kombi crew, which was so much fun to hang out with you guys and show you our new Kombi. We also get behind the scenes videos and access to our interactive travel map as well. So there are lots of other bonus perks for entering into a higher tier, but as Ben said, $1.99 and you can get all that other stuff.
Yeah, there's a link below, and you can also find the join our channel on our channel page if you want to. It's completely optional. Okay, on with the video. Number 5, the 5th reason why house life is better than van life. I can't even believe that there could be 5, Leah.
Number 5 is house life is generally safer than living in a van. And that's mainly because, you're out on the streets most of the time. You're out in places where you don't really know, you're not familiar with. And we spend a lot of time trying to find safe spots to sleep and stay overnight. So when you're in a house, you feel safe. You're always in your same bed, and you kind of, feel a bit, the area doesn't change really.
That familiarity. There is also that issue of when your vehicle is unattended. You have the same problem when your house is unattended, but you know the risks. Like, you understand your neighborhood, like anything could happen at any time. But with a vehicle, when you're parked in different places, you always have to assess how safe that neighborhood is, and is it okay to leave my house this time?
Yeah.
So that question's in your mind more often. So
when you're in a house, you don't worry about someone knocking on your bedroom window going, hello. Imagine that. People are knocking at your bedroom window when you're in a house. That would be weird, but that's what we put up with in van life. So safety is number 5.
Yeah. So on that point, number 6, the 6th reason why house life is better than van life is it's easier to have consistency and routine in house life. For example, the quality of your sleep, which is so important to your health, is much easier to have consistently when you're sleeping in the same bed that doesn't move and isn't on different angles every night and isn't in different locations every night. It's easier to get a better night's sleep in house life.
And also find places to bathe where you're not going to be seen. And toilets as well, trying to find toilets. So there's a lot of time spent doing that, and it kind of, you get out of your routine when you're kind of trying to live that life.
Yeah, you don't want to miss your poop opportunity, guys. That is a thing that can affect your mental health. And
He gets grumpy when he misses his poop opportunity.
thank you for sharing that with the world. I'm so glad that is now documented forever on the internet. Let's edit that out, Leah. But it's true, you can't miss your poop opportunity, and you'd be surprised in van life how much time of your day goes into finding yourself a place to bathe and finding a toilet or a bathroom, just the basic things of finding a place to sleep. Like, a lot of time goes into that.
Yeah.
So all of those points aside, I mean, obviously house life sounds all right. I guess a few of you probably opt to live in a house, but obviously van life is better, as we will prove to you as we drive around the world documenting our travels in all the different countries, living in a van off-grid, having an amazing time.
So obviously house life is a lot easier in some aspects, but we've chosen to live the van life for many other different reasons. It just does take a little bit more time to get used to, and you have to be a little bit more strict with yourself in some areas.
Yes, you do. In order to live a quality life. We've actually created a document which helps people shortcut and avoid making all these mistakes and figure out how to live a happy and healthy life on the road. And we will link that up there if you want it. Guys, if you're interested to know how much life on the road costs, you can watch that video over there. If you want to see our series where we're converting our vehicle to live off-grid and on the move, that is up there. And for those of you that want to join the Kombi crew, that'll be the link over there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.